Hello and welcome to this very short tutorial on how to use the Irish Census SAPMAP, or Small Area Population Statistics interactive mapping service. So go to Google search and type in SAPMAP, and we're looking 2016 Small Area Population Statistics. Should bring us to the home page, and we're looking here to click on SAPMAP. Once you've done that, just put that in as a favorite. Okay, so once it loads, we have the census information is mapped spatially and the information is aggregated on many different levels, which helps research. For example, politicians might want to know who lives in their areas. Irish speakers, Gaeltacht areas. We have counties, and obviously, we're in Dublin, but getting statistical information for a large urban space such as Dublin isn't really going to tell us very much, rather than big numbers. The population of the county that might be unemployed, but you might have neighborhoods with very little unemployment compared to those that has a lot. So in order to aggregate and collate the data on a smaller scale or a microspatial level, we click on electoral divisions, and now we see, for example, there are 322 electoral divisions in Dublin. So what I want you to do for your research in your internship location is to find a statistical analysis of the internship location, and that would help, for example, funding applications. What you can do is you can find the location yourself by zooming in. You know Dublin well enough now, or you can click on the find your address and just type in the address. So if I click here and type in Thomas Street, Oliver Bond Street, Dublin 8, this gives us where you live. And I think, let me see, this is where MJ's internship is, I believe. Yes. And most of the people there come from this neighborhood. Let me have a quick look. Okay, so yeah, so you could see where we're going. Thomas. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we click on an area. We'll get the name of the area, Merchants Quay C here, or we can look up here where you live, in around here, and this is Ushers C. So this tells you this is where the location of the internship is, and here you can look at statistics from 2016 or 2011. So I'm just going to click on one of these. And here we have the statistics for the information where your internship is and where you live, that are in Excel format or a PDF, but divided up into 15 themes. What I want you to do is to research your neighborhood by education, by social class, socioeconomic group, principal status, migration ethnicity, and age. So to give us a kind of a feeling for who lives in your neighborhood. So if and the same then with the Ballymun too, are looking at educational disadvantage and after school clubs to help bridge that gap. And so in something like applying for funding, one needs to show that there's a need for such things. So if we go to education, and it gives us a number of options here, and it's age 15 or over because people need to be in school until they're 15. So in that neighborhood, of all the people who are over 15 years of age, when do they stop going to school? So here we have population age 15 years and over by age education ceased. So we have 2,415 people, but 592 did not answer this. So we must subtract 592 from 2,415 to get the number that we need to use in order to figure out percentages. So it's around the 2,000 mark. So in your neighborhood, 332 people left school before they were 15. 160 left when they were 15. 16 years of age, 192. 17, 161. And then high school is around 18 years of age, 218. So 3, 4, 5, 6, about 700 people, just under 50%, left school before the end of high school. Here we have no formal education, elementary school, lower secondary would be middle to maybe freshman in high school, and then up to top of high school. 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. So again, about 50% of people left before high school. So this is showing us a need for an increase and improvement in education, particularly in the elementary middle school years. This tells us why your program is operating and why it needs additional funding. We might ask, why do so many people, 13 people have a PhD? That just seems strange, but why is that? St. James's Hospital is there. There's been the beginning of building of apartment blocks. If we look at highlight apartments, so this is an indicator of future gentrification or ongoing gentrification in the neighborhood, and questions around, what happens socially and culturally in the neighborhood, that over time we'll have increases in this as gentrification increases. So what I need you to do is to write up a report, initially with just aggregating some of this information and telling the story. Who lives in it? What age group is there? Is it young? Is it old? What is the employment or unemployment rate like? What are the kind of work that people do if they work? What is the education? What is the ethnicity or religious groupings in the area? How does that manifest? How does that culturally manifest in the area? So if you have a lot of Polish people, do we know that there is maybe some Polish stores or East European stores? And here we see the qualitative and the quantitative data coalescing to give us a picture of the neighborhood in which you are interning. So just to go back, you're going to Google SAPMAP or the census, and once you're in, the important thing is to click. It arrives at counties, but we need you to click on electoral divisions, and then either type in your address or virtually travel. Here we're up to Ballymun, and click on your neighborhood, and this is Ballymun D, where you are located. So click on the census, then look at your topics, click on them, and you can save up here, as I said. And what I want you to do in the next week is to get back to me some of the information. I don't want raw data, so I don't want in terms of age. I don't want you to be reading out the amount of people or having this table. I want how many people are under, let's say, under 12, which is, elementary school. How many are high school age, say up to 18, and then go in maybe create 5 brackets of age, and then we get a picture of the age profile. And all you need to do, if you save this in an Excel chart, in your Excel chart, it'll give the option, or Excel spreadsheet, the option to make a chart. What you will have to do is count up this total here from 0 to 12. What is that? And create another spreadsheet with 0 to 12 years of age and the total, to create those charts. So what I'm looking for in a week's time is you to create these charts, and we'll arrange to meet and then talk me through them, and what is the significance of the data that you are arriving at, and we'll move from there on to the next part of the project. Thank you.